just stopped. It was spinning and it just fucking stopped. Back at it again. All right, guys. So here's the video from the other day, right after I started it. So y'all check that out, and we'll go over some shit. Oh yeah. See, y'all were right. The injectors. Should have just did that 3 months ago. I feel like it does. Sounds like she's running on all 6. Because I got that gas squirted out all over the wrap on the exhaust, so I guess that's burning off now. Turbo's barely spinning. That's why I feel like I can stop it with my finger. Hit the gas, see what happens. Car looks like it's about to burn down now with all this smoke coming off of it. Alright, well there's my AFs for idle. Turbos are spinning again. Nothing's leaking. That's a good thing. It's not visibly anyway. It smells like shit. And God knows what else is on those exhaust pipes when I wrapped them. You know, it could have been a light coat of oil on or something like that. I don't know. All right, let's give her a little gas. Oh, she stalled. Tap the gas. She cut off. Oh man, this thing looks like it's on fucking fire. Jeez. Well, the radiator's starting to get warm. It's just a little bit warm. It's not hot yet, so let's see what the temperature on the dashboard says. Oh, it's getting there. She's getting there. Oh, it sucks. Gave a little gas and she stalled out. Works. I'm new to the whole boosted scene here. It's driving me fucking crazy. Well, I'm not sure. fire extinguisher on me. And if this thing goes up, it'll be gone. I got a water hose, but shit, I don't know how that would do. This is what sucks about having the drive-by-wire. I can't just sit out here and pull the damn throttle and see how shit works. It just stopped. It was spinning and it just fucking stopped. I don't know why they're not spinning. Cheap eBay turbos or fucking maybe oil ain't getting to them. Turned off. Let's see. All right, it's 14 minutes straight she was running. Me recording this shit. Turbos are binding up for some reason. They stop spinning. And, yeah, I don't know why. Look at that. My dashboard looks like a Christmas tree. It says service engine soon. I just serviced this engine. The hell's that thing's trying to tell me? Well, I built this whole car pretty much looking at YouTube videos of what other people do to build theirs and going on forum pages. I mean, pretty much figured it out. You know, doing all this research on my own. What it is, y'all, we're back at it again on this Easter Sunday, and it's a moist Easter Sunday, if you can see. So I don't know if I'm going to be pushing the car outside to start it again today. I might have to wait till tomorrow to do that. But anywho, so I'm sure a handful of you at least noticed two major problems what was going on with this car yesterday when I had it running. One being the turbos were binding up. Second being the blow-off valve wasn't closing at idle. So the blow-off valve, I've pretty much found out after watching a video on YouTube that I just have to put the thicker spring that came with it in this box here. So we're going to have to swap this spring out, and hopefully this one works and keeps it closed at idle. Now, for the turbos binding up, I'm pretty sure what happened there was I had packed a bunch of assembly lube inside the oil pump cavity, and I think when it pushed it up through the feed line here, it got into the cavity of the turbo here, and it pretty much just gunked up the shaft. And that's why it wasn't spinning so good, because that thick-ass assembly lube, I think, was preventing it from properly spinning. Because after having it running for like a half hour, an hour, they finally freed up and everything was working. Well, they were spinning fine anyway. So, all right, let's swap that spring out and see what we got. All right, since it's in a nice handy-dandy spot right there, I'm not even going to take it off the car to swap the spring. I just got to take these bolts out around here, and then the top will come off, swap the spring out, and then we'll compress it back together, throw the screws in, and then we'll finish. Get them all cracked loose real quick. Well, you can see there is a slight major difference in thickness. So it'll be fun. Funny thing about this blow-off valve is I went out of my way to make sure the small spring was in there. And also on top of that, swapping the spring, I reconnected and zip tied down. I think that's the air sensor. Goes into the air box. Well, it's been drizzling on and off, and it looks like it's about to downpour. But whatever, we're gonna take that chance. It's not no big deal. I'm damn 10 feet away from my garage, right? Shit. By the time I got back in here, reconnected the battery, it already started drizzling again. Or raining. Yeah. Today might be a crapshoot for this, probably tomorrow. And it's Easter Sunday, maybe I should just be upstairs chilling out. But I kind of do that a little too much, so. Oh yeah, 7 p.m. We'll be finally out in the driveway, finally stopped raining. So, let's give her a whirl. Let's go, let's change these to white. I know it's only going to 40 PSI now. What if there's like air in the line or something yesterday? Huh. Let's go see if that blow-off valve's staying closed. Oh yeah, it's closed. All right. Now that blow-off valve. The first spring I had in there, it wouldn't even close. Then I put that other spring in, and it would barely open. So I actually went back into the listing, checked it out, and it said that the small spring that I had, I think it was a 7 or a 10 PSI spring, and that bigger spring that I put in there was a 35 PSI spring, which was way, way too big. If you guys seen in that part of the clip when I was putting it in, I literally could barely hold it closed when I was trying to put the screws back in. It was hurting my hand. And I found a chart online that shows your intake vacuum and what size spring, you know, the PSI that you would need for your blow-off valve. I found out that I would need a 12 PSI spring. So that's actually what I did. I ordered one earlier in the week. Just got it in the mail today, so we'll be installing this probably in a couple days, and then it'll be on the next video. But yeah, hopefully that works and it's stiff enough. I got it off of eBay. I don't think, again, my blow-off valve was a cheap-ass blow-off valve I bought. I think I paid $36 for my blow-off valve. And this spring I got off of a listing that says it was for a tile 50 millimeter. So I had the guy measure it. It seemed to measure the same width and length as the aftermarket brand that I got, whatever the name of it is. I don't even think it has a name. It's unbranded. But yeah, this should work in there. So I'm hoping this 12 PSI spring will get the job done and keep that thing closed on idle and, you know, open properly, you know, when you let off the throttle. Said 14.7, 15.1 is proper for idling for the air-fuel ratio. Correct me if I'm wrong here, guys, because again, I'm a noob at all this shit. What the hell's up my gauges? They won't stay white. Again, I've never really messed with this kind of stuff before. I wasn't really sure what was lean and what was rich. So I did my research. I guess when it goes more towards 20, that is lean, and then when it goes down towards 10, that's rich. Hey, but she's staying running. Oh man, I mashed her pretty good that time and almost stalled out. Leaning out as it warms up, I guess. We're at 12, now we're at 14, 15. The hell's going on now with this damn wideband? See, the wideband stays white, the other two keep going back to blue. I don't get it. I gotta read the directions, see how to set them to the colors I want without them changing back. Because even though I went with a blue theme, I kind of like the white face gauge a little bit better. It kind of matches my dashboard too when my lights are on. Another thing I want to check too is I want to make sure my coolant fans are going on, because that's one thing I forgot to look at yesterday or even think of. So once we hit max temperature here, I want to make sure the fans are kicking on. all stayed white this time. Sweet. I guess maybe they just have to stay on for an extended amount of time to set themselves. Nope, that bottom one went blue again. What the fuck? I'm gonna have to call damn glow shift about this shit. Nope, still ain't spinning. Trying to. It's moving real slowly. Yeah, it definitely feels mucked up when I'm trying to spin it by hand. Either that or they're just shit-ass fucking eBay turbos. Yeah, that's annoying that this keeps changing. Alright, we're about up the temperature here. So, hoping my fans kick on. Check them out. Alright, awesome. The fans kicked on. They're both working. Sweet. Sweetness. Still looking good underneath, nothing's leaking. Once it warms up, it's fine. Yeah, they're both spinning nice and quick now. So with the turbos not spinning, in my research, I came to a few different conclusions. One, it's just the journal bearing turbo life. You know, that could just be it. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff online about these journal bearing turbos, and they do this kind of stuff. Also, I was thinking maybe they're not getting enough oil. Possibly could be getting too much oil. If the oil return's restricted, I heard the oil can back up the return, and it could muck up the shaft, and that's kind of like what I'm feeling. I feel like it's, you know, getting mucked up in there. That's what it feels like. Or maybe my oil's too thick. All I know is once it warms up, it is perfectly fine. Everything's spinning nicely. But let me know y'all's opinion. Drop one down below. All right, let's get to the best part of this video. Awesome. Man, I feel real proud of myself right now. I swear. Just gotta figure out this gauge, man. It thing's pissing me the fuck off. Alright, let's close the hood and back up the driveway and drive back down it. See how that works out. Driving action, oh yeah!